I was telling the truth a moment ago. I think this has been a joyful conversation. We've touched on some really profound issues that I think people face in their day-to-day lives, but don't always take a moment to think about, to talk about. And I felt like I was, honest and vulnerable, and I'm just a human being. I like to say I'm one beggar showing other beggars where I found some food, so you can have some too. And I feel like that's sort of what we did today. We both were very genuine, and I appreciated the natural flow of the conversation. I wouldn't change a thing. That's a great question. I've done this a number of times now. I think this might be my 10th or 12th podcast, and it's astonishing how different hosts do this. I prefer your style. I prefer hosts who make their own connections, who are turning it into a conversation, who are bringing their expertise to the table, and then we're sort of dialoguing, and each of us adding and contributing to what the other person has to say. I've been on podcasts where they send me the questions ahead of time, and when I'm done with my answer, they just read the next question on the list. And that's so flat, and I still cover most of the same points, and I still get to say my piece, but it just doesn't give me. I said it while we were recording, and it's really true. I literally got chills at certain parts where you were talking, because I'm like, wow, you and I have tapped into some universal truth that is much larger than either one of us, because our experiences are so wildly different, and yet here we both are saying this is what it means to be human. This is the way forward for joy and peace and connection. And so I loved the way that you did your question. I appreciated that we had the chance to talk a little bit about what we wanted to touch on before we started the recording. So I wouldn't change that. I thought that the questions flowed very naturally. As I said, some people prepare their questions ahead of time, and I don't know that I would change that. Really, I'm not sure I would change anything. I think your format is really personal, and it feels successful, and it's to keep doing what you're doing, man.